Toni Morrison, born Chloe Ardelia Wofford on February 18, 1931, in Lorain, Ohio, remains one of the most significant figures in American literature. A towering literary voice whose works explore the complexities of race, identity, and culture, Morrison's writings resonate deeply with both historical and contemporary audiences. Over her remarkable career, she crafted narratives that interrogated the African American experience, deftly weaving together the personal and the political. Her literary legacy is not merely confined to her novels. She has profoundly influenced American culture, challenged societal norms, and inspired generations of writers and readers alike. Morrison's upbringing played a critical role in shaping her worldview and literary voice. Born to a working-class African-American family, she was the second of 4 children in a household that embraced the oral tradition of storytelling. This rich cultural environment fostered her love for literature from an early age. Her parents instilled in her the importance of education and the power of words, providing a strong foundation for her later work. Morrison attended integrated schools, where she was introduced to a diverse array of literature and perspectives that would inform her writing. She went on to study at Howard University, where she first began to develop her unique voice and later earned a master's degree from Cornell University. It was during these formative years that Morrison first encountered the powerful dynamics of race and identity, themes that would become central to her oeuvre. Morrison's first novel, The Bluest Eye, published in 1970, set the tone for her literary career. The book tells the harrowing story of Pecola Breedlove, an African-American girl who yearns for blue eyes and a different life, reflecting the devastating impact of internalized racism and societal beauty standards. The novel was groundbreaking in its unflinching exploration of Black identity and the psychological scars inflicted by racism, establishing Morrison as a vital new voice in literature. Her subsequent works, including Sula, Song of Solomon, and Beloved, continue to challenge readers' perceptions of race, identity, and the African American experience. Each novel is rich with complex characters and intricate narratives that delve into the human condition, revealing the deep scars of history while celebrating the resilience of the human spirit. Morrison's influence extends beyond her literary contributions. She has also played a pivotal role in shaping cultural conversations about race and identity in America. Her writing provides a crucial perspective on the African American experience, confronting uncomfortable truths while simultaneously illuminating the beauty of Black culture. As a public intellectual, Morrison used her platform to advocate for diversity in literature and the arts, emphasizing the need for underrepresented voices to be heard. She believed that storytelling could serve as a powerful tool for understanding and empathy, bridging divides and fostering connections among people from different backgrounds. In addition to her literary prowess, Morrison's narrative style is marked by its poetic quality, innovative use of language, and the integration of African American folklore and oral traditions. Her prose is often described as lyrical, imbued with a musicality that draws readers into her worlds. Morrison employs multiple perspectives within her narratives, allowing readers to experience the intricacies of her characters' lives and the larger cultural context in which they exist. This technique not only enriches her storytelling but also underscores the complexity of individual and collective identities. Morrison's works are deeply embedded in the cultural and historical fabric of America. She brings to life the struggles and triumphs of her characters against a backdrop of systemic racism, social injustice, and personal trauma. Yet, her narratives are also celebrations of love, community, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Through her writing, Morrison invites readers to confront difficult truths while simultaneously celebrating the beauty and resilience of Black life. As the first African-American woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1993, Morrison's achievements are a testament to her exceptional talent and the significance of her contributions to literature. Her work has earned numerous accolades, including the Pulitzer Prize for Beloved, which is widely regarded as one of the greatest American novels. Her influence continues to be felt in the literary world and beyond, as new generations of writers draw inspiration from her profound explorations of identity, race, and culture. Toni Morrison was born on February 18, 1931, in Lorain, Ohio, a city shaped by the economic realities of the Great Depression. Her parents, George Wofford and Rama Wofford, were both descendants of Southern African Americans who had migrated north in search of better opportunities. The Woffords, like many families of their time, sought to escape the oppressive conditions of the Jim Crow South, bringing with them a rich cultural heritage deeply rooted in African American traditions. This lineage would play a significant role in shaping Morrison's identity and literary voice. Morrison was the second of 4 children in her family, and her childhood was marked by both the joys of a loving household and the struggles of a community grappling with the effects of racism and economic hardship. The Wofford family was tightly knit, and storytelling was an integral part of their daily life. Her parents were deeply invested in their children's education and instilled in them a love for reading and literature. Morrison's mother, in particular, was a powerful influence, often sharing folktales and tales of their ancestry, emphasizing the importance of their cultural history. These stories resonated with Morrison, sparking her imagination and laying the groundwork for her future as a storyteller. Growing up in Lorain, a predominantly white working-class town, Morrison experienced firsthand the racial tensions that permeated American society. The city's industrial landscape was a microcosm of the broader issues facing Black Americans during the 1930s and 1940s. Morrison attended integrated public schools, where she encountered both friends and adversaries, a situation that sharpened her awareness of her racial identity. Although she faced discrimination, she also found solace in her community and the cultural richness that came from being part of a larger African American heritage. Her experiences in Lorain would later inform her writing, as she explored themes of identity, belonging, and the struggles of marginalized communities. Education played a crucial role in Morrison's upbringing. Despite the challenges her family faced, her parents prioritized their children's schooling, encouraging them to excel academically. Morrison excelled in her studies, and her intelligence and literary talent began to shine through at an early age. Her voracious appetite for reading led her to discover classic literature, particularly the works of authors such as William Faulkner, Virginia Woolf, and Jane Austen, all of whom would later influence her writing. After graduating from high school, Morrison enrolled at Howard University in Washington, D.C., where she adopted the name Toni, a name that would become synonymous with her literary persona. At Howard, she was immersed in an environment rich with African American culture and intellectual thought. The university was a hub for Black excellence, where she met influential figures who would shape her understanding of race, identity, and art. It was here that Morrison began to grapple with her identity as a Black woman in America, a theme that would permeate her later works. Morrison's experiences at Howard were transformative. She became involved in the student community and began to explore her own identity through literature. The friendships she forged with fellow students and professors inspired her to write and engage in discussions about race and representation. It was also during this time that she developed a deeper appreciation for Black culture and history, recognizing the importance of storytelling in preserving and celebrating that legacy. After earning her Bachelor of Arts degree in English in 1953, Morrison continued her education at Cornell University, where she earned a Master of Arts in 1955. Her graduate thesis focused on the works of William Faulkner and Virginia Woolf, highlighting her fascination with narrative structure and character development. Morrison's academic pursuits allowed her to refine her understanding of literature while also exploring the complexities of race and gender in storytelling. Her studies provided her with a framework to analyze the historical and cultural contexts that shaped the lives of African Americans, and she began to see literature as a means to illuminate these experiences. During her time at Cornell, Morrison faced additional challenges as a Black woman in a predominantly white academic environment. However, she persevered, drawing strength from her upbringing and the lessons she had learned from her family. Her time at Cornell not only solidified her literary foundations, but also deepened her resolve to tell the stories of Black individuals and communities that had often been marginalized in mainstream literature. Following her graduation, Morrison returned to teaching, first at Texas Southern University and later at Howard University. These early teaching experiences would further shape her views on race and identity, as she engaged with students who shared similar backgrounds and challenges. She quickly realized that education was not just about imparting knowledge, it was also about inspiring her students to embrace their identities and understand their histories. During this period, Morrison began to write more seriously, channeling her experiences and observations into creative expression. In the early 1960s, Morrison's personal life took a pivotal turn when she married Harold Morrison, an architect. The couple had 2 children, a son named Ford and a son named Slade, but the marriage was fraught with challenges, leading to their separation in 1964. As a single mother, Morrison faced the complexities of balancing her roles as a parent and a writer. This period of her life would ultimately influence her later work, particularly in how she portrayed motherhood, family dynamics, and the struggles of women in her novels. In 1965, Morrison began working as an editor at Random House, where she became a key figure in promoting African American literature. Her role as an editor allowed her to support and elevate the voices of other Black writers, including notable figures such as Angela Davis and Muhammad Ali. This experience was not only professionally fulfilling but also personally enriching, as it connected her to a network of writers and activists dedicated to social change. Morrison's editorial work further reinforced her belief in the power of storytelling to affect change and raise awareness about the issues facing African Americans. The experiences of her early life, education, and career laid the foundation for Morrison's later success as a novelist. The struggles and triumphs she witnessed within her family and community, combined with her academic pursuits, shaped her understanding of the complexities of race, identity, and the human experience. These themes would resonate throughout her writing, as she endeavored to give voice to those whose stories had often been silenced. In the years that followed, Morrison would embark on a literary journey that would redefine American literature. Her first novel, The Bluest Eye, published in 1970, would serve as a powerful exploration of race and identity, challenging societal norms and revealing the painful truths of Black existence in America. The foundation laid during her formative years would propel her into a literary career that would not only elevate her voice but also challenge and inspire countless others. As the post-World War II era unfolded, the United States experienced profound social and cultural transformations. For Toni Morrison, these formative years were pivotal in shaping her worldview, aspirations, and literary voice. Entering her teenage years in the late 1940s, Morrison was acutely aware of the social dynamics surrounding her. The struggles for civil rights were beginning to gain momentum, and the cultural landscape was evolving in ways that would inform her future work. In 1949, Morrison was a bright and ambitious teenager at Lorain High School, where she excelled academically. Her love for literature flourished during these years, and she found solace in the works of various authors. She voraciously consumed the classics and became particularly drawn to the narratives of African American writers. Authors such as Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston offered her insights into her own cultural heritage, igniting a desire to explore the complexities of Black identity in her writing. However, it was not just the narratives she read that influenced her. It was also the broader cultural conversations about race and identity that were beginning to permeate American society. Morrison's formative experiences in high school were marked by her growing awareness of the racial tensions that defined her environment. While Lorain was an integrated community, the racial divide still lingered beneath the surface. Morrison's experiences at school, where she often found herself navigating the complexities of friendships across racial lines, highlighted the challenges and contradictions of living in a racially charged society. These formative encounters would later inform her exploration of race relations and identity in her literature. In 1949, Morrison graduated from high school with high honors, and her exceptional academic performance earned her a scholarship to Howard University, a prestigious historically Black institution in Washington, D.C. This opportunity marked a significant turning point in her life. At Howard, Morrison found herself in a vibrant community filled with intellectually curious individuals, all eager to explore their identities and the nuances of Black culture. It was here that she adopted the name Toni, a name that would become emblematic of her literary persona. Howard University, was a melting pot of ideas and creativity. Morrison immersed herself in the cultural and intellectual life of the campus, participating in discussions and debates that challenged the status quo. The university's commitment to fostering Black excellence resonated deeply with her, and she began to engage with the rich history of African American literature and thought. Influential professors and peers introduced her to the works of Black intellectuals, poets, and writers, deepening her appreciation for the power of storytelling as a means of resistance and self-expression. During her time at Howard, Morrison's passion for literature grew, and she began to write creatively. She explored her identity and the intricacies of the African American experience through poetry and short stories. Morrison often found herself contemplating the societal narratives surrounding Blackness and the impact of those narratives on individual lives. She developed a keen awareness of the limitations imposed by stereotypes and began to grapple with the complexities of her own identity as a Black woman. This exploration of self and society would become a hallmark of her later writing. In addition to her studies, Morrison engaged with the cultural currents of the time. The civil rights movement was gaining momentum, and events such as the Brown versus Board of Education decision in 1954 would soon challenge the nation's commitment to segregation and discrimination. As she observed the fight for civil rights, Morrison recognized the significance of activism and the role of literature in advocating for social change. This awareness would inform her literary mission to give voice to the voiceless and illuminate the struggles of marginalized communities. In 1953, Morrison graduated from Howard University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English, a milestone that opened new doors for her. Following her graduation, she pursued further studies at Cornell University, where she began her Master of Arts program in English literature. Her time at Cornell was marked by rigorous academic challenges and personal growth. Here, she was exposed to a broader literary canon, which included not only American literature but also European and world literature. The rigorous environment at Cornell pushed her to refine her writing and critical thinking skills, preparing her for the complexities of literary creation. Morrison's thesis at Cornell focused on the works of William Faulkner and Virginia Woolf, two authors who would significantly influence her narrative style. Faulkner's intricate explorations of race and identity in the American South resonated with her own experiences, while Woolf's stream of consciousness technique and focus on inner lives inspired Morrison to delve deeper into the psychological dimensions of her characters. As she studied these authors, she began to recognize the power of narrative to shape cultural perceptions and provide insight into the human experience. Despite the challenges she faced as a Black woman in a predominantly white academic setting, Morrison excelled at Cornell, graduating with her master's degree in 1955. The skills and insights she gained during her time at the university were invaluable as she transitioned into her career. After completing her education, she returned to teaching, initially at Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas. This position allowed her to connect with students from diverse backgrounds and further develop her understanding of the complexities of race, gender, and identity. While teaching at Texas Southern University, Morrison faced both triumphs and challenges. She was determined to inspire her students and encourage them to embrace their identities and narratives. However, she also encountered resistance from those who questioned her authority as a Black woman teaching in a predominantly white academic system. Morrison navigated these challenges with grace, drawing on her own experiences and the lessons of resilience she had learned from her family. Her commitment to her students and her passion for literature fueled her determination to succeed in her chosen path. In 1956, Morrison's life took a new turn when she married Harold Morrison, an architect, and they welcomed their first child, a son named Ford, soon after. The marriage, however, proved to be difficult, and the couple separated in 1964. As a single mother, Morrison faced the daunting task of balancing her responsibilities as a parent with her aspirations as a writer and educator. This experience would significantly influence her later work, particularly in how she portrayed the complexities of motherhood, family dynamics, and the struggles of women in her novels. By the early 1960s, Morrison had moved back to her hometown of Lorain, where she continued to teach and write. It was during this period that she began to seriously contemplate her identity as a writer and the stories she wanted to tell. Her early experiences, combined with her education and the changing social landscape of America, ignited a desire to explore the intricacies of Black identity and the complexities of the human experience. She felt a growing responsibility to give voice to those whose stories had been silenced, recognizing that literature could serve as a powerful tool for understanding and connection. Morrison's formative years and education played a crucial role in shaping her identity as a writer. The rich tapestry of her childhood experiences, combined with her academic pursuits and personal challenges, informed her understanding of race, gender, and identity. These themes would resonate throughout her later works, as she sought to illuminate the struggles and triumphs of African Americans in a society that often marginalized their narratives. As she stood on the cusp of her literary career, Morrison's early life experiences equipped her with the insights and resilience needed to navigate the challenges of the publishing world. With a determination to tell her stories and a commitment to shedding light on the African American experience, she was poised to embark on a journey that would forever change the landscape of American literature. In the years that followed, Morrison would craft her debut novel, The Bluest Eye, a work that would resonate with readers and critics alike, establishing her as a powerful new voice in American literature. Her journey from Lorain to the literary world was just beginning, and her experiences during these formative years laid the groundwork for the profound impact she would have on literature and culture. After completing her master's degree at Cornell University, Toni Morrison embarked on a diverse and challenging early career that laid the groundwork for her future as a celebrated novelist. In the mid-1950s, she accepted a teaching position at Texas Southern University in Houston, Texas. This role not only allowed her to share her passion for literature with her students, but also provided her with an opportunity to reflect on her own identity and experiences as a Black woman in America. Morrison's teaching career was intertwined with her burgeoning writing life as she continued to explore themes of race, identity, and the human condition in her own work. During her time in Houston, Morrison's personal life underwent significant changes. She married Harold Morrison in 1956, and they welcomed their first child, a son named Ford, shortly thereafter. However, the marriage faced challenges, and the couple ultimately separated in 1964. As a single mother, Morrison grappled with the demands of parenting while pursuing her writing aspirations. The struggle to balance her roles as a mother and an emerging writer would later inform her literary explorations of family dynamics and the complexities of motherhood. In addition to her teaching position, Morrison worked as an editor at Random House in the late 1960s. This role marked a significant turning point in her career, allowing her to engage with a broader spectrum of African American literature. During her time at Random House, she championed the works of Black writers, including notable figures such as Angela Davis and Muhammad Ali. This exposure to diverse voices and narratives not only enriched her understanding of African American literature but also deepened her commitment to promoting underrepresented voices within the literary world. Morrison's editorial work provided her with a unique perspective on the publishing industry, revealing both the challenges and opportunities that Black authors faced. Through her role, she witnessed the importance of representation in literature and the power of storytelling to affect social change. Morrison's dedication to amplifying the voices of marginalized communities would later become a hallmark of her own writing. It was during this period of her life, amid the swirling cultural and political currents of the 1960s, that Morrison began to contemplate her own writing career more seriously. She was inspired by the social upheaval and the burgeoning civil rights movement, which ignited a sense of urgency in her to tell stories that reflected the realities of Black life in America. The desire to create narratives that explored the intricacies of race, identity, and community became a driving force in her creative process. Morrison's debut novel, The Bluest Eye, was published in 1970 and marked a significant milestone in her literary journey. The novel tells the haunting story of Pecola Breedlove, an African-American girl who longs for blue eyes and white beauty, a manifestation of the internalized racism that permeates her world. The Bluest Eye explores the damaging effects of societal beauty standards on Black girls and women, shining a light on the painful intersections of race, gender, and self-worth. This unflinching examination of identity and trauma established Morrison as a powerful new voice in American literature, challenging readers to confront uncomfortable truths about race and society. The publication of The Bluest Eye was met with critical acclaim, though it also faced backlash for its candid portrayal of difficult themes. Critics praised Morrison's lyrical prose and her ability to delve deep into the psychological landscape of her characters. The novel's exploration of beauty standards and racial identity resonated with readers, particularly among those who had faced similar struggles. Morrison's ability to capture the complexities of the Black experience through her characters' eyes established her as a vital voice in the literary canon. Following the success of her debut, Morrison continued to refine her craft and explore new themes in her subsequent works. In 1973, she published Sula, a novel that centers on the friendship between two women, Nell and Sula, as they navigate the challenges of their lives in a small African-American community. Through the lens of their friendship, Morrison examines themes of love, betrayal, and the search for identity, ultimately challenging traditional notions of femininity and the expectations placed on women within society. Sula further solidified Morrison's reputation as a masterful storyteller. Critics lauded her ability to create rich, multifaceted characters and intricate narratives that resonated with both historical and contemporary themes. The novel's exploration of female friendships and the complexities of race and identity showcased Morrison's commitment to portraying the diverse experiences of Black women. In 1977, Morrison published her third novel, Song of Solomon, which marked a significant evolution in her writing. This work tells the story of Macon Milkman Dead III, a young Black man who embarks on a quest for identity and self-discovery. Song of Solomon intertwines elements of magical realism with African-American folklore, creating a rich tapestry of narrative that celebrates Black culture and heritage. The novel's exploration of ancestry, flight, and the quest for personal freedom reflects Morrison's growing interest in the intersections of history, identity, and spirituality. Song of Solomon received widespread acclaim, earning Morrison the National Book Critics Circle Award and further establishing her as a leading voice in American literature. The novel's intricate storytelling and profound exploration of identity resonated deeply with readers, particularly those who identified with Milkman's journey of self-discovery. Morrison's ability to weave together personal and collective narratives showcased her talent for capturing the complexities of the African-American experience. Throughout the late 1960s and early 1970s, Morrison's works began to attract attention not only for their literary merit but also for their cultural significance. Her novels provided a counter-narrative to the dominant portrayals of Black life in mainstream literature, challenging readers to reconsider their perceptions of race and identity. Morrison's writing became a powerful tool for social commentary, reflecting the struggles and triumphs of African Americans while advocating for a more nuanced understanding of their experiences. Morrison's literary achievements during this period were not without challenges. As a Black woman in a predominantly white literary world, she often faced barriers to recognition and acceptance. However, her determination to tell authentic stories that reflected the realities of Black life fueled her resolve. She remained committed to her vision as a writer, understanding the importance of representation and the need for diverse voices in literature. By the end of the 1970s, Morrison's reputation as a literary powerhouse was firmly established. Her works were celebrated for their artistic brilliance, cultural significance, and emotional depth. She had become a voice for her generation, illuminating the struggles and aspirations of Black Americans through her compelling narratives. The early years of Morrison's career were characterized by a commitment to exploring the intricacies of race, identity, and the human experience. Her debut novel, The Bluest Eye, set the stage for her future successes, while Sula and Song of Solomon further showcased her talent for crafting complex characters and narratives. These formative years marked the beginning of a literary journey that would ultimately lead her to win numerous accolades, including the Pulitzer Prize for Beloved in 1988 and the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1993. As she moved into the latter part of the 20th century, Morrison was poised to continue her exploration of identity, culture, and the African American experience. The challenges she faced during her early career only strengthened her resolve to tell the stories that needed to be told, solidifying her legacy as one of the most important voices in American literature. The 1970s and 1980s marked a transformative period in Toni Morrison's career, characterized by a series of groundbreaking novels that established her as one of the foremost voices in American literature. During these years, she not only gained critical acclaim but also became a powerful advocate for the representation of African American experiences in literature. Morrison's works from this era explored intricate themes of race, identity, memory, and community, while also delving into the complexities of female experience within a patriarchal society. Morrison's literary ascent began in earnest with the publication of her debut novel, The Bluest Eye, in 1970. This haunting narrative centered on Pecola Breedlove, a young African-American girl who internalizes the destructive societal standards of beauty that equate whiteness with worth. The novel's unflinching portrayal of Pecola's tragic desire for blue eyes serves as a poignant commentary on the pervasive nature of racism and the devastating impact it can have on one's self-esteem and identity. Morrison's exploration of beauty, trauma, and the yearning for acceptance resonated deeply with readers and critics alike, setting the stage for her subsequent works. In 1973, Morrison published Sula, a novel that delves into the complexities of friendship and the bonds between women. Centered on the lives of Nell Wright and Sula Peace, the story unfolds against the backdrop of a small African-American community in Ohio. Through the lens of their friendship, Morrison examines themes of loyalty, betrayal, and the societal expectations placed on women. The novel's exploration of female agency and the multifaceted nature of womanhood challenged traditional narratives about femininity and created space for a more nuanced understanding of women's lives. One of the most striking aspects of Sula is its portrayal of the tension between individual desires and societal norms. Sula, who defies conventions and embraces her independence, serves as a foil to Nell, who struggles to conform to societal expectations. Morrison's deft characterizations illuminate the complexities of female relationships, highlighting both the power and limitations of friendship. Through Sula and Nell, Morrison invites readers to consider the ways in which societal pressures shape personal identities and relationships. Following Sula, Morrison released Song of Solomon in 1977, a novel that marked a significant evolution in her narrative style. This work follows the journey of Macon Milkman Dead III, a young African-American man on a quest for self-discovery and a deeper understanding of his heritage. Set against the backdrop of the changing social landscape of America, Song of Solomon incorporates elements of magical realism and African-American folklore, creating a rich tapestry of narrative that celebrates Black culture and identity. At the heart of Song of Solomon is the theme of flight, both literal and metaphorical. The novel explores the significance of ancestry, family, and personal freedom, ultimately leading Milkman to a greater understanding of himself and his place within the world. Morrison's use of myth and symbolism enriches the narrative as she weaves together the past and present, illuminating the ways in which history shapes individual identity. The novel's exploration of the search for self and the connection to one's roots became a hallmark of Morrison's writing, resonating with readers who grappled with similar questions of identity and belonging. In 1981, Morrison published Tar Baby, a novel that further showcased her literary prowess. Set on a Caribbean island, the story revolves around the tumultuous relationship between a Black model named Jadine and a mysterious man named Sun. Through their interactions, Morrison explores themes of race, class, and the complexities of love and desire. Tar Baby examines the intersections of identity, culture, and privilege, challenging readers to consider the ways in which societal constructs influence personal relationships. Morrison's exploration of race and identity in Tar Baby reflects her deepening engagement with the complexities of Black life in America. The characters grapple with their own identities as they navigate the tensions between their desires and societal expectations. Jadine, who embodies a certain privilege due to her beauty and education, faces internal conflicts regarding her heritage and the cultural expectations placed upon her. Through this lens, Morrison delves into the intricacies of Black identity, illuminating the challenges of navigating a society that often devalues and marginalizes Blackness. In 1987, Morrison's magnum opus, Beloved, was published. This Pulitzer Prize-winning novel is a powerful exploration of the legacy of slavery and its enduring impact on individuals and communities. The story follows Seeth, an escaped slave haunted by the memories of her traumatic past and the ghost of her deceased daughter, Beloved. Beloved is a profound meditation on memory, trauma, and the struggle for identity in the wake of historical atrocities. Morrison's narrative in Beloved weaves together elements of magical realism with stark historical realities, creating a haunting portrayal of the emotional and psychological scars left by slavery. The novel's nonlinear structure mirrors the fragmented nature of memory, as Seeth grapples with her painful past while trying to forge a new future for herself and her remaining children. Morrison's ability to capture the complexities of trauma and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable suffering earned her widespread acclaim and solidified her position as a literary giant. The themes explored in Beloved resonate deeply with readers, particularly those who have experienced the generational effects of trauma and loss. Morrison's unflinching portrayal of the legacy of slavery challenges readers to confront uncomfortable truths about American history and the ongoing struggles for racial justice and healing. The novel's exploration of motherhood, sacrifice, and the longing for connection speaks to the universal human experience, while also offering a poignant commentary on the specific realities of African American life. Throughout this period, Morrison's works not only garnered critical acclaim, but also sparked important conversations about race, gender, and identity in America. She became a prominent voice within the literary community, advocating for greater representation of African American experiences and challenging the dominant narratives that often excluded marginalized voices. Her commitment to exploring the complexities of Black identity and culture resonated with readers from diverse backgrounds, further solidifying her impact on American literature. In addition to her novels, Morrison's essays and speeches during this time also reflected her growing role as a cultural critic and advocate for social change. She used her platform to address issues of race, gender, and the importance of storytelling in shaping cultural narratives. Morrison emphasized the significance of literature as a means of understanding and confronting societal injustices, urging writers to take responsibility for the stories they tell and the impact those stories can have on shaping cultural perceptions. As the 1980s drew to a close, Morrison's literary contributions were recognized with numerous awards and honors. Her novels became required reading in many academic institutions, and she was celebrated not only for her artistic achievements, but also for her commitment to advocating for the representation of African American experiences in literature. Her works inspired a new generation of writers and readers, encouraging them to explore their own identities and the stories that had yet to be told. The years between 1970 and 1988 were pivotal in shaping Morrison's literary legacy. Through her major works, she grappled with complex themes of race, identity, and the enduring impact of history on individual lives. Her ability to weave together personal and collective narratives created a rich tapestry of storytelling that resonated with readers and challenged them to confront uncomfortable truths about society. As she moved into the later stages of her career, Morrison's exploration of these themes would continue to evolve, reflecting the changing cultural landscape of America. Her commitment to giving voice to the marginalized and illuminating the intricacies of the human experience solidified her status as one of the most important literary figures of her time. With a deep understanding of the power of narrative, Morrison prepared to embark on new literary journeys that would further expand her exploration of identity, culture, and the complexities of the African American experience. The foundation she laid during these years would pave the way for her continued success and influence in the world of literature. The late 1980s through 2019 represented a period of profound artistic and cultural significance in Toni Morrison's life and career. Following the critical and commercial success of Beloved, which won the Pulitzer Prize in 1988, Morrison continued to expand her literary horizons while solidifying her status as a major voice in American literature. Her works during this time not only explored new themes and genres, but also addressed contemporary issues facing society, particularly those related to race, gender, and identity. Morrison's next novel, Jazz, published in 1992, marked a departure from her previous narrative structures. Set in the vibrant Harlem of the 1920s, the novel is a complex tapestry of stories that intertwines the lives of several characters, exploring the themes of love, betrayal, and the search for identity against the backdrop of the jazz music scene. The narrative style of Jazz reflects the improvisational nature of jazz music itself, with Morrison employing a fragmented structure that mirrors the chaos and rhythm of the time. The novel centers on the tumultuous relationship between Joe Trace and Violet Trace, who are haunted by their pasts and the choices they have made. Through the lens of jazz music, Morrison delves into the emotional landscapes of her characters, revealing the ways in which their personal histories shape their identities and relationships. Jazz emphasizes the significance of music as a form of expression and healing, illustrating how it serves as both a reflection of cultural identity and a means of navigating life's complexities. Following Jazz, Morrison published Paradise in 1997, a novel that explores the concept of utopia and the complexities of community among African American women. The story is set in the all-black town of Ruby, Oklahoma, and revolves around a group of women living in a convent on the outskirts of town. Through their experiences, Morrison examines themes of power, gender roles, and the quest for belonging. The novel's nonlinear narrative structure and rich symbolism challenge readers to engage with the complexities of race and gender in America. Paradise received mixed reviews, with some critics praising its ambitious scope and others finding its complexity challenging. Nevertheless, the novel reflects Morrison's ongoing commitment to exploring the intricacies of African American identity and the ways in which societal structures influence personal experiences. Through the lives of the women in Ruby, Morrison invites readers to consider the tensions between community and individuality, ultimately raising questions about the nature of paradise itself. In 2003, Morrison published Love, a novel that delves into the complexities of love, power, and desire within a group of interconnected characters. Set in the 20th century, the narrative unfolds through the perspectives of various characters, each grappling with their own relationships and histories. The novel's exploration of love takes on various forms: romantic, familial, and platonic, highlighting the intricacies of human connection and the ways in which love can both uplift and wound. Morrison's exploration of love in this novel is nuanced, illustrating the multifaceted nature of relationships and the impact of societal expectations on personal connections. Through the characters' struggles, she examines the intersection of race, gender, and class, revealing how these factors shape individual experiences of love and belonging. Love stands as a testament to Morrison's enduring ability to craft complex characters and narratives that resonate with readers on both emotional and intellectual levels. In 2008, Morrison published A Mercy, a historical novel set in the late 17th century that explores the roots of slavery and the complexities of human relationships in colonial America. The story revolves around the lives of several characters, including a young enslaved girl named Florence, who is sent away from her family and must navigate the harsh realities of her existence. Through Florence's journey, Morrison delves into themes of power, oppression, and the quest for agency in a world defined by systemic inequality. A Mercy offers a poignant exploration of the origins of racial and social hierarchies in America, challenging readers to confront the historical realities that shaped contemporary society. Morrison's depiction of the relationships between enslaved individuals, their owners, and the broader community illuminates the complexities of human connections in a world marked by exploitation and violence. The novel serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring legacy of slavery and the ongoing struggles for justice and equality. Morrison's final novel, God Help the Child, published in 2015, addresses themes of beauty, trauma, and the lasting impact of childhood experiences on adult lives. The story follows Bride, a young woman whose life is shaped by her experiences of being rejected for her dark skin. Through her journey of self-discovery and healing, Morrison examines the intersections of race, beauty, and identity, while also exploring the complexities of motherhood and the ways in which familial relationships shape individual identities. In God Help the Child, Morrison confronts the societal standards of beauty that continue to affect people's lives, particularly women of color. The novel's exploration of trauma and resilience resonates deeply with readers, as it addresses the enduring impact of childhood experiences on personal development. Morrison's portrayal of Bride's journey reflects her ongoing commitment to exploring the intricacies of identity, belonging, and the quest for self-acceptance in a world that often imposes rigid definitions of beauty and worth. Beyond her novels, Morrison's influence extended into academia, cultural criticism, and public life. She held numerous teaching positions at prestigious institutions, including Princeton University, where she served as a Robert F. Goheen Professor in the Humanities. Her lectures and public speaking engagements emphasize the importance of storytelling and the power of literature to challenge societal norms and inspire social change. Morrison's role as an educator allowed her to mentor emerging writers and scholars, fostering a new generation of voices committed to exploring the complexities of the African American experience. In addition to her literary contributions, Morrison was a passionate advocate for social justice and civil rights. She used her platform to address issues such as racism, sexism, and the importance of representation in literature. Her essays and public speeches articulated her belief in the power of storytelling to effect change, urging writers and artists to engage with the social realities of their time. Morrison's commitment to social justice was reflected in her activism as she spoke out against injustice and inequality, advocating for the rights of marginalized communities. Morrison's contributions to literature and culture were recognized with numerous accolades throughout her life. In 1993, she became the first African-American woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature, a recognition that underscored her status as a literary luminary. The Nobel Committee praised her novels characterized by visionary force and poetic import, which give life to an essential aspect of American reality. This honor solidified her legacy as a groundbreaking writer and cultural icon, inspiring countless individuals to explore the depths of their own stories. As Morrison's career progressed, her influence continued to grow. She became a symbol of literary excellence, serving as a mentor and role model for aspiring writers, particularly women of color. Her commitment to representing the African American experience and challenging societal norms through her work resonated with readers around the world, making her an essential figure in contemporary literature. In her later years, Morrison remained actively engaged in the literary community, participating in interviews, panel discussions, and literary festivals. Her insights into the creative process, the importance of storytelling, and the complexities of identity continued to inspire writers and readers alike. Morrison's voice became increasingly important as discussions around race, gender, and representation gained prominence in contemporary culture. In 2019, Toni Morrison passed away at the age of 88, leaving behind a profound legacy that continues to resonate in the literary world and beyond. Her novels remain essential reading, offering powerful explorations of the African American experience and the complexities of human existence. Morrison's impact on literature, culture, and society is immeasurable, as her works challenge readers to confront uncomfortable truths and embrace the beauty and resilience of the human spirit. Morrison's literary journey serves as a testament to the power of storytelling to illuminate the intricacies of identity, culture, and community. Her ability to weave together personal and collective narratives has left an indelible mark on American literature, inspiring generations of writers and readers to explore the rich tapestry of their own experiences. As her voice continues to echo through the pages of her novels, Morrison's legacy endures as a beacon of hope, resilience, and the transformative power of literature. Toni Morrison's legacy transcends her novels, permeating contemporary literature, academia, and cultural discourse. Since her passing in August 2019, the impact of her work has only intensified as readers and scholars continue to grapple with her profound insights into race, identity, and the intricacies of human relationships. Morrison's contributions have sparked renewed interest in her writing, leading to an exploration of the themes she championed, the narrative techniques she employed, and the cultural conversations she ignited. Following her death, Morrison's works experienced a resurgence in popularity, with her novels being re-examined through modern lenses. Schools and universities across the globe began incorporating her texts into curricula, recognizing the importance of her narratives in understanding the complexities of American history and identity. Beloved, Song of Solomon, and The Bluest Eye have become essential reading not only for literature courses, but also for discussions around race, gender, and social justice. As educators and students engage with her works, they continue to uncover the layers of meaning and relevance embedded within her stories, highlighting the timelessness of her insights. Morrison's influence is also evident in the numerous literary events, conferences, and symposia dedicated to her work. Scholars have published critical essays and collections analyzing her contributions, examining how her narratives challenge conventional storytelling and represent the African American experience. These academic explorations not only honor her legacy, but also encourage new generations of writers and thinkers to engage with her ideas, ensuring that her voice remains an integral part of literary discourse. In the wake of Morrison's passing, many writers have openly acknowledged her influence on their own work. Contemporary authors, particularly those from marginalized backgrounds, have cited her as a source of inspiration and guidance. The themes of identity, community, and resilience that Morrison explored in her writing continue to resonate in the works of emerging authors who seek to carry forward her legacy while also forging their own paths. This lineage of literary influence underscores the importance of representation and storytelling as tools for social change. Morrison's impact extends beyond literature into broader cultural conversations about race and identity. Her work has provided a framework for understanding systemic racism and the historical context of African American experiences. In an era marked by social movements such as Black Lives Matter, Morrison's insights into the effects of racism and the struggle for justice have become increasingly relevant. Activists and scholars often draw upon her writings to articulate the complexities of racial identity and the enduring legacies of colonialism and slavery. Moreover, Morrison's emphasis on the power of storytelling as a means of healing and resistance resonates deeply in contemporary society. Her belief in the importance of narrative as a tool for understanding oneself and others encourages individuals to share their stories and engage in difficult conversations about race and identity. This focus on storytelling has found new life in community initiatives, workshops, and digital platforms that promote dialogue and understanding across cultural divides. In 2020, the Toni Morrison Society was established to honor her contributions and promote scholarship related to her work. This organization serves as a platform for scholars, educators, and fans of Morrison's writing to collaborate, share resources, and celebrate her legacy. Through conferences, lectures, and community engagement, the Society aims to ensure that Morrison's influence continues to shape literary studies and cultural conversations for years to come. Morrison's work has been adapted for stage and screen, further extending her reach and impact. The musical adaptation of The Bluest Eye debuted in 2020, bringing her poignant story to new audiences through the medium of theater. Such adaptations highlight the relevance of her narratives and introduce her powerful storytelling to those who may be less familiar with her written works. By engaging with her stories in diverse formats, Morrison's legacy continues to resonate with audiences of all ages. Morrison's cultural impact has also been recognized through various honors and memorials. Numerous institutions, including libraries, schools, and community centers, have dedicated spaces in her name, serving as a testament to her influence on literature and society. In 2021, the Nobel Prize-winning author was posthumously awarded the National Humanities Medal, recognizing her significant contributions to American culture and her unwavering commitment to social justice. These accolades reflect the enduring importance of her work and the respect she commands within literary and academic circles. As conversations around race, identity, and representation continue to evolve, Morrison's writings provide essential insights into the complexities of these issues. Her exploration of themes such as trauma, resilience, and the power of community resonates deeply with contemporary audiences navigating a world marked by division and inequality. By examining the intricacies of human relationships and the impact of history on individual lives, Morrison's narratives encourage readers to confront their own identities and the societal constructs that shape them. In 2022, the documentary Toni Morrison, The Pieces I Am was released to critical acclaim, offering a comprehensive exploration of her life and work. The film features interviews with Morrison, as well as insights from prominent cultural figures and scholars who discuss her profound impact on literature and society. By documenting her journey and legacy, the film serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of her contributions and the continued relevance of her messages. The ongoing relevance of Morrison's work speaks to her ability to capture the complexities of the human experience. Her narratives are not confined to their historical contexts. Instead, they transcend time and continue to resonate with readers facing similar struggles today. The themes of identity, community, and resilience that she explored are universal, inviting individuals from diverse backgrounds to engage with her stories and reflect on their own experiences. As we reflect on the legacy of Toni Morrison, it is essential to recognize her as not only a literary giant, but also a cultural icon whose work has inspired countless individuals to confront difficult truths and embrace the richness of their own narratives. Her unwavering commitment to exploring the intricacies of race, gender, and identity has opened doors for conversations that challenge societal norms and promote understanding across cultural divides. Morrison's legacy will undoubtedly continue to shape literature and cultural discourse in the years to come. Her work serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of storytelling in understanding ourselves and each other, encouraging future generations to engage with the complexities of the human experience. As readers, writers, and advocates for social justice, we carry forward Morrison's legacy by honoring her insights and sharing our own stories, contributing to the ongoing narrative of resilience, empowerment, and hope. Toni Morrison's impact on literature, culture, and society is profound and far-reaching. Her narratives continue to resonate with audiences, providing essential insights into the complexities of identity and the enduring legacies of history. As we navigate a world marked by division and inequality, Morrison's work serves as a beacon of understanding and empathy, urging us to confront our own narratives and engage with the stories of others. Her legacy endures as a testament to the power of literature to inspire change and foster a deeper understanding of the human experience. Toni Morrison's literary journey has left an indelible mark on American literature and culture, transcending the boundaries of her time to resonate with future generations. Her works challenge readers to confront uncomfortable truths about race, identity, and the complexities of human relationships. As we reflect on Morrison's legacy, it becomes evident that her contributions extend far beyond the pages of her novels. They encompass a profound exploration of the human experience that continues to inspire and provoke thought in a rapidly changing world. At the core of Morrison's writing is an unwavering commitment to authenticity. She believed in the power of storytelling as a means of reclaiming history and illuminating the often overlooked narratives of marginalized communities. Through her rich, poetic prose and intricate character development, Morrison crafted stories that are deeply rooted in the African American experience while simultaneously addressing universal themes of love, loss, and resilience. Her ability to weave personal and collective histories into her narratives creates a tapestry that reflects the complexities of identity, inviting readers to engage with the multifaceted nature of the human condition. Morrison's exploration of the intersectionality of race, gender, and class remains particularly relevant today. As societal discussions around these topics continue to evolve, Her insights into the intricacies of identity and the impact of systemic inequalities serve as crucial touchstones for understanding contemporary issues. Her work encourages readers to confront their own biases and engage in difficult conversations about race and identity, fostering a greater awareness of the historical and cultural contexts that shape our lives. Moreover, Morrison's emphasis on community and the importance of shared stories is a testament to the healing power of literature. Her narratives often highlight the strength found in connection and the significance of understanding one's roots. In a world that can often feel isolating and divided, Morrison's work serves as a reminder of the transformative potential of storytelling, urging us to listen to and learn from one another. By centering the voices and experiences of those often silenced, she champions the idea that every story matters and that through sharing, we can cultivate empathy and understanding. In reflecting on her legacy, it is also essential to acknowledge the barriers Morrison broke as a Black woman in a predominantly white literary landscape. Her success as a writer, critic, and educator has paved the way for future generations of authors, particularly those from underrepresented backgrounds. Morrison's work not only challenges the status quo of literature, but also redefines what it means to be a storyteller. She empowers aspiring writers to embrace their unique perspectives and narratives, emphasizing that their voices are vital in enriching the literary canon. The accolades and honors bestowed upon Morrison throughout her life, including the Nobel Prize in Literature and the Presidential Medal of Freedom, serve as recognition of her profound impact. However, it is her ability to connect with readers on an emotional and intellectual level that truly solidifies her place in literary history. Morrison's stories resonate deeply, prompting reflection on our own identities and the societal constructs that shape our lives. Her narratives encourage us to confront our histories and engage with the complexities of our present, fostering a sense of responsibility to advocate for justice and equality. As we navigate the challenges of the present day, Morrison's work serves as a guiding light. Her narratives compel us to consider the importance of representation in literature and the broader cultural landscape. In an era marked by ongoing struggles for racial and social justice, her insights into the human experience remind us of the necessity for empathy and understanding. Morrison's legacy is not merely a reflection of her literary achievements, but also a call to action, an invitation for all of us to engage with the stories of others and recognize the shared humanity that binds us together. Toni Morrison's legacy is one of resilience, authenticity, and profound insight. Her contributions to literature and culture have reshaped our understanding of race, identity, and the power of storytelling. As we reflect on her life and work, we are reminded of the importance of embracing our own narratives and the stories of those around us. Morrison's ability to illuminate the complexities of the human experience continues to inspire and challenge us to engage with the world more thoughtfully and empathetically. Her call for justice and understanding reverberates through her work, urging us to not only recognize the struggles of the past, but to actively participate in the ongoing quest for equality and representation. As we carry forward the lessons of Morrison's narratives, we honor her legacy by striving to create a more inclusive and compassionate world, one where every story is valued, every voice is heard, and every individual is recognized for their inherent worth. Toni Morrison may have left this world, but her spirit lives on through the words she penned and the lives she touched, reminding us all of the transformative power of literature and the enduring importance of sharing our stories.